Morning, y'all. I know the video's starting out dark. Sooner or later, people will join me on my morning little trip, and that's fine. It takes a while to get people to start watching constantly. I was watching a video on YouTube the other day of some little spoiled brats at a college someplace. And there was, we believe survivors and all that fucking bullshit. These the mini feminazis, the ones that they're grooming now to go out there and falsely accuse men of rape because that's all they're good for. And there were some students there that, they're like, normal. They believed in Kavanaugh, Judge Kavanaugh. They believed that, the stupid liar Ford did not prove her story because she didn't. Okay? She didn't prove her story, and she never will. She's a liar. See, these politicians, they're trying to save face by they're like, oh, I believe that something happened to her. I don't believe nothing happened to her. She's a spoiled fucking bitch from California whose led nothing but a fucking privileged life, and she is a fucking brainwashed moron for the Democrat Party. That's it. Yeah, that's just what I believe. But anyway, these kids from the one side that, the little fucking brown shirt Nazi motherfuckers were running over to the students that were like protesting for Kavanaugh, and they were like taking their signs and ripping them up and shit. When the fuck are you guys gonna grow some balls and start fucking punching these little bastards in the face? Now, I don't advocate violence, but if you take my shit and you start ripping it up, somebody's getting fucked up. And where are the police? This is what I don't understand, man. It's like the police, look, if you take somebody out, it doesn't matter if it's a sign. If it's a sign, if it's a piece of paper, I don't care. If you take somebody else's shit and rip it up, you're destroying private property. That is a crime. And snatching shit from people is assault. These little fucking bastards belong in jail. But the problem is, the reason that these kids act like this is there's no consequences. There's no consequences for them acting a straight fool. Look, let's say I was back in college. Let's say I was in college, right? Well, first of all, it's like I'm a big motherfucker. I don't think one of them kids gonna have the balls to snatch anything from me. They ain't gonna snatch nothing from me because they know they can probably get fucking stomped. See, that's the problem. It's like these little social justice warriors. They're not tough on their own. Fuck no, man. They hide behind the police. While they do their shit, if you do anything to them, they're a victim all of a sudden. They'll run up and punch somebody in the back of the fucking head and then run behind the police because you're chasing after them. That's the kind of little bastards that they are, man. I can't stand these people. I can't stand nothing about them. There ain't nothing social justice about them. They're just a bunch of fucking racists and narcissists, man. And this is the fucking problem, man. Parents did not raise their fucking kids right. If I had a daughter and I sent her to school and she started acting like that, you can guarantee that the money would be cut off immediately. If she came home talking about that wage gap bullshit, which is fake, okay, it's fake. Any reasonable person is going to tell you it's fake. It's illegal to pay women less money based on their gender, right? There's other there's a slew of other factors. I'm not gonna get into that. It's been debunked a million times, but they keep bringing it up, especially the mainstream media. They love fucking bringing stupid shit like that up. Oh, the pay gap. No, there ain't no such thing. If I had a daughter or a son, especially a son, he'd probably get his ass whooped come in the house talking that shit. I'm gonna tell you that right now. The money would be cut off immediately. I'd be like, oh, okay. Well, I guess you don't need my money anymore because that's not what I paid you. That's not what I'm paying for. I'm not paying to send you to school to be indoctrinated by the new Nazi party known as the Democrat Party. And I keep telling people, it's like, you know, especially these little fucking turd lickers that are, you know, they're all for socialism and shit because they want free shit because they're fucking lazy pieces of crap. It's like, yeah, you should join the Nationalist Socialist Workers Party. And they're like, yeah. It's like, yeah, that means Nazi, dumbass. See, they don't even know. That's how fucking stupid they are. They don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. You know, you get these professors, these losers, these professors, they're losers. Okay, these professors, especially the tenured ones, the tenured professors are complete fucking losers. I thought that you had to be like, you know, a little older to be a tenured professor too. I see a lot of these dudes, they look like they're like 10 years younger than me. They're tenured professors. Would they start teaching when they was fucking 12? Little fucking cowards. And then when you confront them, man, they fold. If you catch them by themselves and confront them, they'll fold it like, you know, they're paper men. They just fold. They're only attacking groups. You know, you get some people like protesting, you know, they could be peacefully protesting. They be conservative, they're protesting pro-life or whatever, right? Oh, yeah, there's another one. This one dude kicks this woman. This little sissy bastard kicks a woman, a pro-life woman, of course. You know, he's pro-choice. So you're going to defend women's rights by assaulting women. See, this is what doesn't make any sense about the left. See, this is why they're going to lose. This is why they're going to lose. Because people are tired of the double standard. People are tired of these little fuckers running around doing whatever the fuck they want. Trust me. If I'm out someplace, let's say I had my MAGA hat on, and I was out someplace and some little, I don't care how fucking old they are, and I don't care what gender they are. They snatch that hat off my head, and I get one of my tree trunks around them, they fucked up. I'm gonna beat their ass. No doubt. Especially if they got a few of their little fucking social justice buddies with them. And don't even get me started on Antifa. Antifa shows up to my neighborhood. That'd be the biggest mistake you guys ever fucking made. Because I ain't the only one that don't like you guys. We'll chase your ass out on a rail. And I'm pretty sure that the police in my neighborhood ain't gonna fucking put up with your shit either. They're gonna be like, yeah, you know, especially if you don't have permits to protest. If you show up in mass and weapons, we are gonna assume that you are there to fight. And we'll give you one too. But that's the problem, ain't no consequences. Now, if these little fuckers, you know, show up someplace, see, you notice they never do that shit like in a high conservative area. Pro-NRA, pro-America, patriots. They don't go there and start trouble. They always do it someplace where they know that there's some fucking sissy, limp-wristed fucking Nazi Democrat running the show because they know that they're going to tell the police not to do anything. You show up to a conservative area where we don't bullshit, not only will the police kick your ass, you're going to fucking jail and you know it. That's why you always hear about that shit out west. You don't ever hear about that shit in the Midwest. You don't ever hear about Antifa fucking pitching a bitch, in a conservative area, because they know if they go to a fucking high conservative area, you show up in massive weapons, man, you're gonna get fucked up. And another thing is, it's like when you protest. Look, I don't care if you protest. I'm a staunch defender of the Constitution. You can fucking bitch and whine and moan in groups all you want about anything you want, because that's what the Constitution says you can do. But these people ain't protesting. The vast majority of these young folks that are at these protests, they don't even know what the fuck they're there protesting. They're like, what are you protesting? Well, my friends came here, and I was just with my friends. And the injustice. They are fucking clueless. Whatever happened to kids just having a job at fucking McDonald's or some shit and hanging out? I have no idea what the fuck these kids are into now. Man, when I was their age, I was running around banging beaver and fucking, and drinking and having fun, They're in college and shit. They ain't even having fun with it. That's another thing is they don't know what fun is anymore. I was going to movies and going to pool halls and arcades. I was hanging out with my buddies. See, because we knew that we had to work, so when we worked hard, but then we played hard afterwards. We had a good time. And we wasn't out there bitching and complaining about every little thing. Some dumbass politician did it. Most of the time it was Bill Clinton. Yeah, you hear about Bill Clinton and that stupid fucking bubblehead, Oh, yeah, and then and we were friendly, See, this is the whole thing. These kids, they don't know how to friendly fucking debate. They don't know how to play the dozens or nothing. They get all fucking butthurt and upset. Ugh! And, if there is no, see, because, look, like I said, I got friends from all over the fucking place. And if you was cool and you was down, we hung out, right? Black, white, Asian, it didn't fucking matter where the fuck you were from. And we used to fuck with each other all the time. We said so much. What we said to each other would be considered so fucking racist now that, we couldn't even be in fucking public and talk how we used to talk, which is sad. We still talk like that to each other, so, we don't fucking care, We do it anyway. We don't really care. These younger folks, they don't know how to do that shit. They call it bullying. Oh, you guys are such bullies. Where the fuck did all these fucking wimps come from, man? You know where these wimps came from? They came from the fact that there's no consequences. You used to, when I was growing up and you did dumb shit, you got your ass whipped. Like shit, man, if you was doing something stupid, got your ass whipped in the neighborhood, go home, and then your dad found out you was doing something stupid, you got your ass whipped when you got home, too. See, we learn from our mistakes, and we learn how to deal with things as adults. Of course, then again, most of us knew both of our parents. We weren't raised by some single mother. And that's one of the most detrimental things in society as far as I'm concerned. Mothers cannot raise kids by themselves. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Well, not all. That's like the duck call of the fucking far left Nazi party. Not all, not all, not all. Yeah, you got a couple you know, strong, decent women out there that through no fault of their own ended up being single mothers. It wasn't because of any bad decisions they made. You know, their fucking husband went off to war in Iraq or some shit and got fucking killed, and now they're single parents. Those kinds of people, it's like, yeah, they raise decent kids. But you got all these ratchet motherfuckers and trailer trash bastards raising all these single kids just because they're like running around riding on raw dick. And then they expect the fucking, you know, they expect society and the government to take care of their children. Those are the type of people that are unleashing all these weirdo. Oh yeah, what? Let me ask this other question, man. If anyone, when the fuck did it become some sort of right to go to college? Ain't no right to go to college. You know, if you want to go to college, that's a good. That's considered goods and services, right? You pay for that shit. If you sign the fucking student loan. If you sign the fucking student loan papers, you're responsible for that shit, not me. I got my own shit I gotta pay for, man. Fuck you. You know, didn't nobody twist your arm to sign those papers so you can go to college? You signed them all on your own. It's called being an adult. You know. It's called being an adult and taking responsibility for your actions. Taking responsibility for your actions doesn't mean just when you do something wrong. I'm not saying that going to college is wrong. I'm saying that you're the one that signed the papers. You know, and as an adult that signed legal paperwork in order to get loans to go to school, that's your responsibility to pay that money back. Okay? So this is what you have to think about, okay? Instead of like bitching and complaining and, you know, oh, my socialism and all that, right? Because, you know, socialism is just so wonderful and, you know, you're going to run out of somebody else's money eventually because it's just stealing, it's theft. Go to college and get a degree in something where you'll make fucking money when you get out of college. Don't go to college and study cultural diversity or some fucking stupid shit. Right? You want culture diversity, join the fucking military. You'll find out all kinds of cultures all over the world. Want cultural diversity? Grow up in a culturally diverse area like I did. It's fucking stupid, man. You got all these people out there running around talking about, you know, putting everybody in these little fucking groups and these little pinheaded kids who think they're tough. They're running around screaming and hollering in people's face. You get in front of my face with your stank ass fucking breath, start yelling at me, and somebody's getting fucked up. You know, I'm too old to be putting up with shit like that. You know, these congressmen and senators, they want to save face by fucking, you know, telling people, yeah, you know, I believe Dr. Ford and all that. You know, I don't do that. There's consequences. And I hope that Dr. Ford goes to fucking jail. Because there's so many inconsistencies in her story that, you know, it ain't even funny. I don't want to hear about, well, you know, she made a good faith accusation. No, she didn't. She fucking went to Congress. She went in front of that Senate committee and outright lied. And everybody in Detroit knows she's fucking lying. And for those in Detroit that don't think she's lying, they're fucking stupid. But the rest of us street motherfuckers know that she was lying. We know when people are fucking, you know, bullshitting us. The fucking news, you know, they cover these kids, you know, they're like, oh, they're so brave. They're brave, huh? You know, one of these kids gets, you know, if one of these kids was to take a fucking real punch to the face, their asses would be fucked up for life. They would be traumatized. They would be talking about they have PTSD and all that other shit. They'd want to be on fucking Social Security disability for the rest of their lives. Because these are the type of people that, let me tell you something, man. Will you run up on somebody, you know, acting like a badass and shit, and you get your ass kicked, and you was to come to me or any other person with more than 2 brain cells fucking operating, who understand how the world works, and we go, oh, okay, what happened? See, we're going to feel sorry for you at first. What happened, man? What happened to your face? Well, you know, I ran up on somebody. I started spitting and screaming and hollering in their face and talking shit, and they fucking punched the shit out of me. And then we're going to laugh in your face. Because we're going to say, what the fuck are you doing running up on people? You ain't got no fucking business running up on them, you know? Well, what were they doing to you? Well, they were holding a sign. Holy shit. They were holding a sign. You got exactly what you had coming to you. And that's the problem with today's society. It's like, I saw this shit coming 30 years ago when we used to like scrap in school, and they used to punish the kid. They used to punish both kids. They punished the little bastard that started the fight, you know, and they punished the kid that was defending himself. And I'm pretty sure that those little fucking liberal pricks still do that shit. It's like, and my old man used to tell me all the time, it's like, he is never gonna fucking punish me for defending myself. So I didn't get grounded when I got suspended from school for fighting. Because he'd be like, who started the fight? And he would even fucking go in on the administrator, who started the fight? Well, you know, the other kid started the fight. He goes, okay, son, you didn't do nothing wrong. You were defending yourself. And he used to never fucking punish me for that shit. Because I didn't go around starting shit with people. But anyway, man, kids need to start learning consequences for their actions, man. Now, if at all possible, you can avoid a fight, by all means, avoid it. But you know what? When these people come up to you and they start assaulting you and they start taking your shit, snatching your shit and whatever, push back on them. Show them that you're not going to be fucking intimidated by their bullshit. Stop taking this high road crap. Because these motherfuckers are down and dirty. They will not fucking relent. Because there's no consequences for them. And even if you get in trouble, say fuck them. And start raising your fucking kids to fucking be sensible. You know, if you're sending your kids off to school and you're watching a video and you see them doing this shit, you tell them, it's like, hey, look, if you want the money to keep flowing, you're gonna jackass. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Some of these people just make me sick. Like the video, subscribe. I'm out.